Yes, again, we're back. It's the Date Master, and we're going to chop up some good game this morning. We're going to get into dress code and why your game isn't working. As a man who has come to his late 30s, I've noticed some changes about myself when it comes to my style, my presentation, my taste in clothing. I'm an 80s baby with a 90s soul in a sense. And when I say 90s soul, the 90s took fashion to a totally new plateau, which is why even today you see some of the vintage styles. Myself, again, I have a vintage store that I'm building. The website will be launching next month. I'll drop that in the link. So if you want to shop and get fly, get fresh, get some apparel, you can do so. But the 90s set the precedent for style, fashion, taste, and brands. That's why, again, today you see some of the Jordans started to pop in the 90s. This is why even to 2022, you still have Jordans selling out that are retros of shoes that came out in the 90s. You see the jerseys, they're still in. They started to really flourish and pop in the 90s. Snapback hats, things of that nature. Upscale urban wear, vintage urban wear is now the new thing. Of course, you have your designer. People want to wear the Burberry. Again, Burberry is popping now. You have the Prada, the Alexander McQueen. You have all of these different designers. Those are good brands as well. But as you mature, your style, your fit, all of that is going to advance because your thinking and your presentation and your image, your perception of yourself is going to change. So things that you wore back in the early 2000s, the way you wore when I was in college, me and my guys we had this thing called Rockaware Thursday. We would go to the mall every Thursday, get a Rockaware shirt and put it on. Or we may go the day before and say, yeah, I'm wearing this for Rockaware Thursday. This is when Rockaware was first popping, 2002, 2003-ish. And we used to command attention everywhere we went. This is true story. But today you cannot really get away with. And we used to wear them the biggest sizes they came, 3X, 4X. And again, this is me weighing it at the most a $160, a $150 soaking wet with a 3-4X t-shirt. But I say that to say now, as again, you see men that are mature in age or older in age still trying to stay forever young by wearing the same brands, wearing them in the same fashion that they would have worn 10 to 15 years ago. That does not equate to growth. You want to be versatile in your wardrobe simply because as you grow, your personal and your professional life your professional endeavors are going to expand. You'll be you'll be invited to different places. You'll be engaging in different organizations, activities to where it's going to call for you to dress in a certain fashion for a gala, for a ball, for a meeting, a business meeting, for a consultation. So as you grow and develop, your taste in your wardrobe is going to develop. Certain men feel that the way they dress is obsolete. They feel that they can just put on a white beater, a white tee, a hat, and go on about their day. That's terrible. And I saw Angry Man discussing this, and I was thinking about doing this, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. But he did highlight a few points. He stated that it comes off as lazy. If you're in let's say, an upscale nightclub, lounge, etc., and you just have on a plain white tee, if you don't have any rapport, if you don't have any type of, and this is not for the guys who are already in the mover and shaker category. If you're moving and shaking and you're, stopping by to discuss some type of business or to support the business because you have a relationship with the owner, promoter, etc., that is something. I'm not talking to that crowd. I'm talking to the gentlemen who are in a funk because their game isn't working. And this goes hand in hand into why your game isn't working. Because again, how you view things is how you do things. You haven't upgraded your wardrobe. It is a good possibility that you haven't upgraded your game. You want to use the same pickup lines that you learned back in 2008 on women that you're meeting in 2020, and you ask why is it not working. You must upgrade. It's no different than the technology on your phone. When you get a cell phone carrier, your Wi-Fi, you get these upgraded every year or so. You're going to get an upgraded set of conditions, benefits, changes with your service. You're still going to be able to talk. You'll still be able to text, but you may have some new features. Now you can FaceTime. You could not FaceTime 15 years ago on your cell phone. You cannot FaceTime and video chat, across different dashboards, but now you can. So your game isn't working because you haven't took a look at the market and see how it applies and see how it works. Because we're in a new age. You're in a new age and you're still thinking prehistoric. You're still thinking things should be the way they used to be. A lot of guys come to my channel and others looking for a gripe session to complain about how women are acting and treating them when, again, women are reflections of you. You must understand the societal agendas and the indoctrination that is taking place around you that also impacts the way women view you and interact with you. You have to understand everything around you. It's no different than if you go to a country and you break a law and you're crying that, you're being locked up for this or that, and you didn't know the laws, that is on you. Ignorance is not an excuse. You do not get amnesty for ignorance. If you go to a foreign land, you need to understand and know everything there is to know about that land before you enter it, because you can enter it and not leave it. Your game needs to elevate, and when you have a epiphany that your game needs elevation, it's going to trickle down to your wardrobe, because you'll understand that my presentation and how I approach women will dictate how that interaction will go. First impression, level setting from the onset, this is going to set the standard. This is why you hear women say men are not leaders, or don't start anything that you cannot finish. See, a lot of you guys may try to jump off the porch with the fancy dates, the, lavish gifts to win the woman over. And then she finds out that you really can't afford that lifestyle. She finds out that this is really not who you are. And she either plays you, she punishes you for lying. And I tell women, if he lies, if he fronts, if he stunts, punish him for it. The days of lying and I get certain game works, but you want to be as authentic as you possibly can, because what that does, it weeds out any room for doubt. It weeds out any room for second guessing of who you are and why you're here. Your intentions play a role in your game. A lot of you guys are going through I wouldn't call it a whole phase, but it's a whole hate phase. You want to get as many women as you can. You want to get them in bed and screw them and not call them, okay. You want to do the pump and dump. For the ones who think for themselves, they know the pump and dump is it's only a game for a select few, and you can only do that for so long. Again, men are frustrated because they have not been able to win with women, especially in times of today's game, when everything is upbeat, everything is sped up, everything is top tier. You see the women with the super high standards. You're frustrated because you know deep down that you don't meet any of those standards. But it is not your duty to meet a woman's standards. It is your duty to meet your standards. I said this before. A woman's standard should not be higher than yours. I'll say that again. A woman's standard should not be higher than yours. Now, what we need and what a woman needs are going to be two different things, but the standard, mean the level of how that is done, the level of how she presents, the level of the interaction is very high. And it's simply because as a man, it starts and ends with you. You dress for the occasion, not for the location. Again, I'll say that again. You want to dress for the occasion, not the location. Now, the game that you use, as you grow over years, you pick up game. Okay, this works, this doesn't work. You look at these PUA videos and they tell you to do this. Wait 4 hours before you text back, and that's high school, college bullshit. As you mature into a man, none of that really matters. What matters is the in-person engagement, the conversation, the phone conversation, the way you speak to her, the way you message her. What you say means more than when you do it. It is how you do it. It is how you do things. You want to, and again, if you notice, men and women try to use the same game against each other. I'm going to do a video. That's going to be my next video. The dating and relationship hustle. People want to put in as much as not much, as least amount of work possible to get the most out of it. As a man, you set the standard. You want to be in shape. You want to have your money on point. You want to walk a straight line, meaning you do your business straight up and down. You don't do any faulty, fraudulent, shady, all the hating. You don't do any of that. All of that goes into your game. Because women do what is called a background check. They want to make sure that you're official before they go any further. If they're going to do the homework, and you should do the homework. So that is all a part of your game. So if you're speaking in a certain manner, you're using certain lines, you're talking about you got this, you do that, and they go and do a follow-up and find out that it doesn't line up, then again, you're going to be X'd out. Because all you really had to do is keep it G from the onset, and that would have eliminated all the bullshit that comes behind lying, stunting, and fronting. So you want to be well-rounded, 360 degrees. That's going to start with the dress code. It's going to start with how you view yourself. It's going to start with how you present yourself. How you present yourself, in most cases, is going to be how people are going to perceive you, how you present yourself to them. If you have a first date, if you have a something that you want to celebrate, a rekindling of a lover or a past relationship, and people say, well, I thought you say don't go back. There's always an exception. I have an exception. I'll get into that in another video, but you want to dress for the occasion, not the location. So even if I'm going to, let's say, a Sticks or, something like that, I'm going to dress for the reason on why we chose to go here. You don't have to go to a 5-star. Some people, Sticks, Longhorn, whatever restaurant that you like, again, go. Do not let someone else's taste influence yours. Be your authentic self. Be an individual. Think for yourself. Do not get caught up in a lot of the red pill ideology that you just regurgitate and repeat what you hear and what you see on YouTube. Process and digest the information, but still have independent thought. But you must elevate and advance your game as you mature. As you get older, you want to elevate. You want to get off of the doing thing half-assed, because as you get older, again, you should be getting better at what you do. You should be getting better at how you do it. So do not get caught up in being so stern on, well, I'm going to dress like this forever. I'm going to look like this forever. No, you want to have some versatility is what I'm saying. You want to be versatile in your looks, because women have so many layers to their emotions. They want all of them to be tickled at some point. And you can tickle them by simply presenting yourself in a different way than in the last way you saw your woman, whatever you were, wear something different outside of the box, from cologne, shoes, whatever accessory, change it up. Because how you present yourself is, again, is going to be, your energy is going to represent how you dress. The energy is going to represent how you approach women. How you approach women is going to be the biggest indicator, or how you meet women is going to be the biggest indicator on how that interaction is going to go. But take your dress code and your wardrobe seriously. There's nothing wrong with the upgrade where people say, well, it's just clothes. Okay, you can have that mindset, but we know presentation is everything, and there is nothing wrong with having nice things when it comes to your wardrobe, your vehicle, your home. There's nothing wrong with having lavish items. You should be shooting for the best. We do not celebrate or bask in anything mediocre. You should be shooting to get the very best life has to offer, because you only get one life. So why not have the best? Why not dress the best? Why not have the best woman or women? But you guys let me know what you think about this video. Like, comment, subscribe. It's the Date Master.